Hello YouTube. It is 3:15 on Friday and I'm pretty excited, guys. We are taking Steppinwolf to the drag strip to use the nitrous for the first and maybe last time. So here's the deal, guys. We had put nitrous on Steppinwolf several months ago, and we've been trying to get to the drag strip, but things just keep going wrong. We either got rained out, other stuff happened. Last weekend, I was planning on, doing a little work on the turbo kit and taking it to the drag strip and trying out the nitrous. But unfortunately, with my job, things got kind of screwed up and I had to work. So anyway, now we're finally taking it. So I just kind of wanted to go over, what we're after here, what the whole point of this excursion is. I am not trying to build a drag strip monster here. That's not the point of this build. What we're trying to do is we're trying to build a daily driver, classic truck, daily driver, that we can still have fun with on the drag strip. Well, I've got a lot of comments from people because, the first couple times we took it to the drag strip, it was running flat 9s in the 8th, which I know that's nothing spectacular, but you got to realize this truck started off life, as something that was probably running 13s in the 8th, if that. So 9s is a big improvement, and that's still, from what I've seen, stock Mustang territory, which is kind of sad, really. Anyhow, I have no intention of keeping the nitrous on this thing. The only reason we're taking it right now and doing this is because I just kind of want a comparison. I've run nitrous on several vehicles in the past, and what I want to do, since we're about to turbo this thing, is I want to take it to the drag strip first and see what it's going to run on, 100 shot, maybe a 125 shot, and I might go up to a 150. I don't know, but the original plan was to start off with a 75 shot. Don't really care if this thing is balls to the wall fast. I just want it to be fun. That's all that matters to me. I want something that I can drive around in. We're going to put air conditioning in it, just something that I can have that classic truck look. But when I get on the gas, you fucking know it. So that being said, what I've decided to do is I kind of did some research on the internet, and I was joking around because when I first bought this, when I first started this project on this truck, I told my wife the only goal I had for this truck was to beat her Camaro. I said, as long as this truck is faster than your Camaro, I'll be happy. Well, obviously it's faster than her Camaro. Her Camaro runs like 955. It's basically stock 2011 Camaro RS. So, it's V6, 312 horsepower, whatever it is. But anyway, from day one, the truck was faster than her car. So then it gradually has progressed, But what I'd really like to do after looking around on the internet, I just want to hit 7s. That's what I'm trying to do tonight. If I can get in the 7s, I'm fine with that. And I'll tell you my reasoning for that. After a little research, I found out that a stock C7 Corvette runs, high 7s to low 8s in the 8th, just depending on the driver. The best time I've seen for one bone stock street tires, the whole 9 yards, was like a 785, I think. So now this isn't the Z06. This is, just the regular Stingray Corvette. So that's my goal. I want to be able to say on the bottle tonight that the truck was as fast as a brand new Corvette. If I can get that, that would be awesome. If I don't, hey, whatever, guys. That's what we're shooting for. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go out here, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna try to do a couple runs, with the nitrous. Like I said, it's currently jetted for a 75 shot. I don't know if I want to start there. I really only want to make 2 or 3 runs tonight. Don't really want to beat on it much because tomorrow, guess what's going on? We're tearing it down. That's right. Tomorrow, John and I are going to get started on the turbo kit. So what's going to happen? We're going to go to the drag strip tonight. We're going to make a couple runs on the nitrous, just kind of, see what it does, on the nitrous. And then tomorrow we're gonna take the exhaust off of it, take the air box we built out, all that bullshit. We're gonna take it all out. We're gonna take a set of stock cast steel manifolds, cut those up, and start fabricating our hot side for our turbo kit. Now that you guys kind of know what's going on, I'm going to get out here, just, you know, air up the tires, make sure everything's copacetic, and wow, that's a big freaking word. Anyway, we're going to just, you know, go over the truck a little bit. I have to wait till 5 o'clock. My job requires me to be, you know, available or whatever until 5 o'clock on Fridays. On the weekends I don't work. So I did get my schedules done for the month at work, so I'm going to try to just hang around here and get the truck prepped. The original plan was to start at a 75 shot and work our way up a little bit at a time, but plans change. We don't want to waste any time, so I'm actually going to start at 100 shot and work my way up from there. You know, depending on how it runs, just see what happens.
Hey kids, do you like nitrous? Want to see me throw 6-inch rods to the bottom of this LS?
I'm just going to make sure I got the right tune in it here. We don't even know if this nitrous is going to work, to be honest, but it ought to be fun to play with. Yeah. I told the guy at the gate that I already had parts falling off. He wasn't too happy about that. Well, you guys know how I'm always bitching about the Intellitronics gauges being shit.
Wait a minute. You told that man you wouldn't do that no more.
Yeah, I know. Well, we won't talk about the gauges then. Apparently their window switches are shit.
We'll just, hey, tell you what, we'll edit that out. We'll just call it Brand X.
Okay, I'm not going to edit it out, but okay, so my Brand X window switch wasn't working. So I had to switch some wires around. I'm rewiring it just to come on at wide open throttle, and I'm just going to manually activate the switch when I get up to 3,000 RPMs. And I'm just checking my tune right now to see if everything's good. We run a 905 just then, which is the same times that we were running before. So we're still consistent.
He says he's checking the tune. I think he's just playing Tetris.
I had a little bit of knock retard right here. I had a little bit of knock retard right here, so I need to get rid of that.
That'll probably just result in a pop-pop.
That would result in something bad if I was on that 100 shot. I need to pull some timing.
Yeah.
That was it right there.
All right. We did an 872 that time, 872.
We are nowhere near what I want to be at. That last run was an 850 at 87 mile per hour, so I did pick up 5 miles per hour. But like I said, I really wanted to see sevens tonight, but I'm starting to think, holy shit, I've got like videos coming out. I'm filming from both directions.
There we go.
Anyway, I don't think I'm going to hit those 7s I wanted tonight. So what I'm going to do now, we had a 100 shot in there. I'm going to step it up to a 125 and see what that gives us. And depending on, you know, what my data log looks like, we may even go up to a 150. Hopefully we don't scatter some shit.
Truck here. That's a project on our YouTube channel. We took a wrecked 2500 HD and put the motor in this old truck. And we went from stock to cam to bigger gears to nitrous, and tomorrow we're putting turbos on it. Turbo? Yep. No, just one. Yeah, one set. 802. Oh yeah.
Got beat by that GTR, guys. GTR got me. Not by much. That was a 150 shot. Let's see what I got, man. I really want those 7s. Better? See what we got, guys. We've got a 806. No, wait. 802. Last run, we got a 802 at 92 miles per hour. Now, our goal for the night was to hit 7s. So, I'm going to try one more pass. We're not going to change the jetting. No, we're not. I'm just going to try to hit the nitrous a little bit sooner, and we'll see what happens. Good, guys. Should have done a better burnout. I just blew the damn tires off. All right, we are back home. As you may or may not have been able to tell from the video, that last run did not go according to plan. We ended up just blowing the damn tires off. That kind of sucked. So our best run of the night ended up being an 8:02, I think, at 92 point something miles per hour. I'm not sure. I'll look at the time slips here in just a minute, but we didn't hit our sevens, but I was satisfied with that with the 8:02 run because I knew it had more in it. I didn't do a good burnout on the very last run, and it kind of screwed me. But I have no doubt in my mind I could have hit sevens tonight if I wanted to keep trying. But I just wanted to come home and get started, setting up for tomorrow. Well, just to recap our passes for the night, we'll just go through these time slips real fast and I'll kind of explain. As you can see, my 60 foot sucks. That's no surprise. I'm running a stock torque converter, guys. Really need a torque converter bad, but I'm just putting my money elsewhere right now. So until I get a torque converter that will stall above 1600 RPMs, I guess we're stuck with a 2.2 or worse 60 foot. But anyway, the shakedown pass, I didn't keep the slip for because, all I was doing was just, kind of warming it up and making sure everything was going smooth. So I think I actually run like a mid-9 on that first shakedown pass. But this was our first pass off the bottle, and this looks identical to 3 of our time slips from our last time at the track. So this thing's dead consistent, guys. I mean, I realize a 9:05 is not, anything to brag about, but it is when you do it every single run. So anyway, no nitrous pass, was a 9:05, and I just want to clarify that was actually supposed to be a nitrous pass. But thanks to yet another junk product from brand X, we'll say. John thinks I should stop fucking with Intellitronics. I mean, as far as just, stop calling them out on their junk products. So I guess I'm going to have to let it go sooner or later. They did refund my money for my gauges, but guess what? I didn't get a refund for this switch that I paid $60 for. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I tend to dwell on things. This was our first pass on the 100 shot, and oh yeah, that's us over here in the right lane, and you can see another 220 60 foot, crappy 60 foot, and our first pass on the 100 shot. Since I had to engage the nitrous myself, of course it's not going to be very consistent, because my window switch don't work. All right, over it. Anyhow, on this pass, I hit the nitrous right at 3000 RPM. Well, I noticed there was a delay, so from the time I hit it to the time I actually felt it engage, so that led to the next pass. But on the second pass, with me flipping the switch on at 3000 RPMs, as soon as I saw it on the tack, we ran a 8.72 at 87 miles an hour. Then on the very next pass, what I did, we were still on the 100 shot, but I actually engaged the nitrous at 2500 RPMs instead of 3000 because I knew there was going to be a slight delay, and that resulted in a 857, almost 859 or 858, but anyway, 857 at 87.5 mile per hour. You notice the mile per hour was the same on that and the run before it, even though the time dropped a lot. And like right here's the time before it, also 87 mile per hour. This is just a good demonstration of how you can be making the same amount of horsepower, run the same mile per hour, but you can run a lower time if that horsepower comes in sooner. So by all accounts here, we're making the exact same amount of horsepower overall, that's evidenced by the mile per hour. But I made that horsepower a little sooner because I engaged the nitrous a little sooner. Anyway, 8.5. Now at that point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to turn this thing up if I'm gonna get my 7s that I want tonight. So we went, I put the 150 shot pills in, and I was gonna do, the original plan was to do a run on 75, on 100, on 125, on 150. I've also got jets for 175 and 200, but I didn't want to use those. So on our first run on the 100 shot, and that was against the Skyline, who just, what was so funny is I actually, got him out of the hole, and then he just raped me on the big end. So actually he was raping me before we even got mid-track, but I expected that. But anyway, this is my best pass of the night right here, guys. This was a 8.02 at 92 miles per hour. And again, that was on 150 shot. And again, that was, I think I actually turned it on a hair early. I turned it on around 2,000 RPMs. But like I said, there's a delay with that ZX nitrous system when you activate it that way. So, even though I flipped it on at 2,000, it didn't come on till probably close to 3,000. But anyway, that was our best time of the night, and this is the time that just aggravated the snot out of me. And the reason it did is because 2/100ths of a second away from a 7, guys. So that aggravated me, and we decided on my last run that we were just going to come out swinging, and John and I both were like, just give it the juice right out of the hole, man. So what I did is when I got up there, I did a crap freaking burnout, okay? And obviously you guys can see in the video the truck kind of went a little sideways there, and just blew the tires off. And just for the hell of it, I got back in it. My new friend in the red Camaro next to me, he just stayed out of it. He blew the tires off too, but I went ahead and got back in it, and I still managed to run a 8.6 at almost 91 miles an hour on that last run. Anyway, guys, like I said, we did not get our 7s. I know we could have. I mean, I could have went up there and just kept screwing off, and I would have gotten in the 7s, just arming the switch a little bit sooner instead of right off the line like I did on that last run. I can promise you it had a 7.9, maybe even a 7.8 in it. But I didn't feel the need to push it because we're not staying with that setup anyway. And honestly, I was happy knowing that, 12-second truck. So, I mean, for those of you who don't know, a flat 8 like I was running, I think it converts into like a 12.4 in the quarter mile. So, I was happy with that. I said from the very beginning, I just wanted the truck to be a low 12-second truck. But we might be taking a little bit further now. So tomorrow, John's coming over first thing in the morning. We're going to start on the turbo build for the truck finally. So, yoo-hoo! You guys will be happy about that. What I've got going on is I can do everything except the hot side, because the hot side requires welding, and John is our fabricator. So, of course, I need him for that, definitely. So what we're going to try to do, I've actually got the whole next week off work. I have some medical issues that I ended up actually taking a whole week of vacation so that I could go to some doctor's appointments. My job doesn't really afford me time to take care of my health. So I can't keep a doctor's appointment with my job and getting paged all the time. It just never works out. I keep having to cancel. So I've actually set up several doctor's appointments for next week. But in between those doctor's appointments, bottom line here is I don't have to go to work. And I don't have any customers lined up, as far as working on vehicles either. So if John and I can get the hot side done on Project Steppinwolf tomorrow, then that leaves me the whole week to button everything else up, because I can do everything else myself while John's at work. at low car. That's our plan. He's going to come over here tomorrow. Hopefully we will get this hot side fabbed up and good to go. And then throughout the week, I'll do the cold side, you know, run the oil line, blah, 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 yada, yada, get all that done. The only thing that may be a problem is, you know, I still don't have injectors. The decapped injectors that we have were too far out of spec from each other for me to use. And I don't know if I want to send in another set and, you know, take another $50 gamble, or if, you know, maybe I might just save up and buy some, you know, some fuel injectors that are already rated at probably 80 pounds is what I would like to get, just in case we decide to turn the boost up at some point. Finally, before I let you go, I do want to let you know that at the end of next week, the wife and I are actually going to be going to Bowling Green, Kentucky, 1 week short of the LS Fest. But we are going up there for our anniversary, and she has agreed to let me go to the Corvette Museum. So I don't know if I'm going to be taking any footage there or not. I'm going to try to, and we're actually driving her Camaro up there. So I don't know. I've heard that there's a thing up there where you can do like a couple hot laps for $50 on the racetrack up there. So, you know, if I can talk her into letting me dog on her poor little V6 Camaro a little bit, you know, might get some cool footage there. Anyway, guys, I just want to thank you for watching this video. Those of you who've subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, because, you know, we got this turbo project going on, so we ought to have some pretty cool stuff, you know, going on in the near future. So hit subscribe, share this video, like this video, and I'll see you next time on Bad Luck Garage.